welcome to about 10 minutes of chair yoga, maybe a little bit more with me talking here at the beginning. My name is Marie Vorbach, and I'm a yoga teacher here in our Marshall community. This is my husband Justin, and we're going to take you through a little chair yoga sequence. You don't need anything for this other than a chair. It's helpful for it to be a bit of a hard chair and for you to have a little space to move around. For this practice in particular, we are going to get up, stand up and use the chair kind of as a prop. So if you have some space to move around your chair, you don't need as much as we have here, you just need a little bit. So with that stated, let's go ahead and get started. So we always begin in yoga with connecting to the breath, and we're going to do that in kind of a special way. So go ahead and just sitting comfortably in your chair. It's sometimes helpful to close your eyes as you're starting to become aware of your breath. So I'll invite you to do that if you'd like. It is not required. It may be more comfortable just to kind of hold your gaze softly at something in the room. So we're going to practice something called breath retention. So after your next inhale, I'd like you to hold your breath for a little bit at the top. And then go ahead and do an exhale. And we're just going to do that 2 more times. So it's an inhale, a little bit of a hold as long as you'd like, followed by an exhale. And 1 more time, inhale and hold. Exhale when you're ready. And then just return to a normal pace of breathing, a nice inhale, followed by a natural exhale. A couple times with the normal, regular, even breath. And then we're going to add that pause in at the bottom of the breath. So you're going to take an inhale, followed immediately by the exhale. And once your lungs are empty, hold at the bottom of the breath. And when you feel ready, go ahead and take another inhale. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. And again. Hold at the bottom. And then return to your regular breath. As you're getting reacquainted with that, open your eyes. You can just notice any effect that had on your experience, on your nervous system. I think it's helpful just to take a moment to observe that. All right, and then connecting breath to movement, let your arms come to rest at your side. And as you inhale, we're going to bring the arms up. And exhaling, lower them down nice and slow. You can do it out to the side in the way we are. You can also do it forward if you don't have enough room to go to the side. The inhale is up and exhale down. And 1 more of those. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to do a few more and we're going to add in a forward fold. So inhale, bring the arms up. As you exhale, come forward with your spine. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, come forward. You can decide how big this movement is. So maybe it stretches all the way out. Inhale up. Maybe it's just a slight hinge forward. Maybe it's just a little bit. And up. Okay, 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale, relax the arms. All right, next we're going to lace our fingers together out in front. All right, so you're going to start with the palms facing towards you. Inhale, keeping the fingers laced, bring them up. Press them as far back as feels good to you. And then as you exhale, let them come on back down. They can rest in your lap. Inhale, bring them up. And exhale, lower down. And then we're going to flip them around so the palms are facing out. Inhale up. Exhale lower. And again, inhale. And exhale. All right, very nice. Okay. Next, we're going to do a tricep stretch. If you'd like, Justin, I'm going to have you stay with your legs just as they are. If you want to add in a cross leg, you can cross one leg over the other. So what you're going to do is, if you crossed your leg, take the opposite arm. If you didn't cross your legs, it doesn't matter which arm you take. Reach it up, and then bend at the elbow so your fingertips are on your back. Reach behind, and if you can get your fingertips together, go for it. If you can't, just grab onto your shirt. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see, right? You can just hold onto your shirt like this. And we're going to stay here and breathe. I should have had him show your fingers because you're not holding your shirt, right? And then with an inhale, drop that bottom arm, extend the top. As you exhale, lower them down and uncross. All right, let's do the other side. I'm going to cross my legs. That part is strictly optional. If you crossed your legs, take the opposite arm and reach up. And exhale, bend at the elbow. Bring the other one behind. Grab the fingers if you can get them. If not, just grab onto the shirt. While you're in this pose, you want to think of staying nice and tall, lifting through the chest. And inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, lower. All right, I'm going to keep my legs crossed. We're going to do a little bit of a twist. So you can do this with legs crossed or without. If your leg is crossed, turn towards, and even if it's not, take the opposite arm and just reach on the outside of the knee. Very good. And then you get to decide how far you're going to twist. And stay in this twist for a few breaths. And then come back to center. If you had your legs crossed, switch them up. Inhale first. Exhaling, turn. Put that arm on the outside of the knee just to give yourself a little bit of leverage for twisting. And then come back to center. Unwind. All right, we've come to the part where we're going to stand up and use the chair in a slightly different way. So we're going to do a forward fold with the chair, and I'll give you 3 different options. So one is to just come forward and have your hands here on the chair. Your body's basically in an L shape, and this is a forward fold. You can do that one. If you don't want, if that's a little too low or that's not going to happen for you, you can also use the high part of the chair. You can stay there, honey, and do that one. And to come here, right? This is a little bit different because you'll feel it more in your shoulders. And then a third option would be back here. You could come down onto your elbows if you can go even a little bit further, right? So any one of those options is just fine. You may want to try on 1 or 2. We'll hang out here for several breaths, so take your time. Sometimes it's nice in a forward fold to kind of move your head and neck around to really get them to relax as much as possible. And then as you're ready, nice and slow, bring yourself up. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the chair as a prop for tree pose. So you go ahead and stand on that side, and I'll stand on this side, and then we'll switch it up. So you want to be able to hold onto the chair to get yourself nice and steady. Okay? We're going to use the leg that's furthest away from the chair as our supporting leg. This is the trunk of your tree. All right? So when you're ready, go ahead and take the opposite leg and just kind of lift it. So you can keep your toes on the ground if you'd like, or you can lift it up. Yeah, just like that. And then we're going to add in a little bit with the arms. You're going to extend the arm out to the side. Nice. If you're struggling at all with the balance, see if you can find a place to hold your gaze steady. Looking at a certain spot on the floor sometimes is helpful. And as much as you can, being aware of your breath. And then you can also lift this arm up if you like. It's like your tree is growing, right? You can feel that lengthening all through your rib cage here. And then lower down. So switch yourself over to the other side of your chair. We'll just do the same thing over here. So now your front center is the model. So remember, it's the leg furthest away from the chair. That's your tree trunk. Get your tree trunk nice and steady. And then when you're ready, bring the other leg in. You can keep the toes on the floor, or you can put the foot alongside your leg. You want to try not to put the pressure on your knee. I can't tell if you're doing that or not. And then extend that arm out. And lift it up nice. Grow that tree. And release. All right, next, what are we doing here? Oh, we're going to do a little bit of a calf stretch. So this sort of depends on how steady your chair is. Hold on to the back of your chair and just take one leg a little further back behind you. Drop the heel down. Really feel that stretching along the back of your lower leg, those calf muscles. If your chair isn't real steady on the ground, you can do this at the wall. Go ahead and switch legs. You can just put your hands up against a wall and move your legs in the same way. We're going to trust that your wall is steady, even if your chair isn't. And then you can try to do both. Sometimes it's hard with a chair. It's much easier if you're at the wall. Take both legs back. Does it feel like your chair's moving a little? You want to kind of, yeah, so I wonder if, let's try. We'll see if we can show you what it would be like to use a wall. So if you're using this, try this too. And you can even kind of pedal your feet back and forth. So lift one heel and then the other. All right. Let's come back to seated in the chair. All right, a little bit of work for the core here. Don't get too scared. Go ahead and lift the legs up. We're just going to hold them in front of us here for about 3 breaths. And set them down. All right, we're going to do that another time and have the legs be just a little bit further apart. So you can decide, right? Maybe they're just right here. Maybe you want to do them way far apart, whatever feels right for you. Hold them up and a little bit apart. Stay here for just 3 breaths. You can do anything for 3 breaths, right? You breathe in and set them down. All right. We're going to do some torso circles next. So sitting comfortably, you're just going to move your torso in a circle. So kind of move to the side, to the front, other side, and back. So we'll do 3 times in each direction. Once again, you really get to decide how big this is, right? So you could make it way big if that feels good to you. Draw a big circle, or you can do a real small circle. And then let's change directions. So go the other side, front, side, and back. Keep going. And last one. All right, coming to the center. So we're going to kind of wind up here in a similar way to how we started. So resting your arms at your side. As you inhale, bring them up. Lift your gaze towards the ceiling as well. And as you exhale, drop them down and let your gaze drop down towards your lap. 2 more of these. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring it up. This time, bring your palms together up at the top. Keep them together and exhale them down towards the center of your chest. And we'll end our practice with Anjali Mudra, connecting to the heart center. It's helpful as we end our practice to take a moment to bow to your own heart. So just lower your head down. It's a way of honoring your own practice, your own experience, yourself. And then you can drop your hands. Thank you for joining me for this chair practice.